one.
point.
Okay, Crew on defense, EG on
exactly
attack.
the same again.
Crew themselves tripled up towards Kesnet, pure disrespect. Up towards B long, there's no pushback,
And
it's making a lot
CA
of
gets
noise.
the Sheriff out, and we have a trap play over towards
The
R
goal of
with a
what Crew's
flash.
opener, it looks like they wanted to feign like they're doing
Contact,
a big
EP away
high pressure
flash.
play up B long and force a reaction into Art potentially.
Yeah, and then they've got a trap in Art. They've got
Yeah.
Chamber taking contact, so Shy takes contact, and then they have a flash for Mazzino to peek. Mel's is also there to provide some support.
There it
Yeah,
is.
here we
Nice
go.
flash here off the
TP away
Chamber
from
contact.
Shy.
Yep. Shy catches it. There's a flash and a peek. Well, it's going to be all the way back here, but
Oh
it's
my
back
God,
with the box
almost.
as well as a half clearance
Oh,
inside.
they were
Yeah,
so on
it's all
top of
managing
it.
Time.
They were
EG,
so on
very
top of it.
aware.
They're super aware of these trap plays. Everything that Crew has tried has failed. EG are always one step ahead. And they've always got multiple players too. They're never just experimenting and teasing into these spots with one or two. There's always a full pack of bodies ready
This
to
bait
trade
never
out.
works. People spam that box a lot.
Because an Adverso going to be making a good go at this one. Maybe a 2v5, but as a pistol round, you got nothing to lose still. Other than your life.
Well, they
Adverso,
were pretty demoralized after the first map, and this isn't going to help them.
1v5. Players are low, but Josh has already sold me a bridge. I'm not going to try and pawn it off to you.
No, the 1v5 does not look likely here. And EG playing with a ton of
Yeah,
discipline.
it's really,
picking
really
the timing
nice
off
on
the back
this.
of the Vice Flash and sending.
It's 2-1 for Pistols, right? It was 1-1 first map.
Guess who we were talking about to open up?
And then they got
Talking
ecoed.
about Yay, getting out here on the jet. He already picks up 2 nice ones.
Nice
That's a
shot.
Beautiful opener onto Melza, and then comes back in for another one afterwards with a long-range kill onto Kesnet. Flawless pistol round.
Now we win.
And again, really about the ideas to me. Just really good awareness that there might have been some kind of trap, and it's not a trap that I've really seen
Yay
before.
really early. Get in the outlaw route.
Very ready for it here. Crew, standard play when you're on an eco. Try and build up to the next rounds, really. Just thinking about longer win cons, steal up the orbs.
What is
I
this
do
little
think
flash?
We've looked at the way that EG has played on the
They
attack side
bounce
of this
down.
map before. They tend
Must
to put
do.
heavy focus on mid control rather than playing for A main at the start of the rounds, B main at the start of the rounds. And that does mean that Crew should be able to hoover up that ult orb very frequently. That should be a defense-sided ultimate orb in A.
Dude,
with
look
the way
how
that
strong
EG
this
like to
is,
default.
though. Smoke,
It also means that Crew are going to
Salvos,
lose mid-information
salvos.
super often.
Where are you meant to
The
stand?
minimark.
No matter where
Plays
you
all over the
stand,
place
you're
here.
like
Sidestep
crazy
Mazzino,
committed.
attempting to make a go of this
Speaking
one.
of
Now they've
committed,
dropped a
that's
gun
one of
over to
their-
the top section. No defense
one of their
inside
guns
for EG.
down.
They didn't want to try and push back.
The re-peek there from Icy, a rare moment of a player overheating a little bit on EG.
Yeah, you can flame him if you want.
You've handed Crew a gun, and the body's quickly swarming to position over towards A here. Spike's only just making its way over towards it, and Crew been handed a bit of a gift in terms of this timing to be taken. There's a dart, a flash forwards. No one to follow this one up.
Thorn's broken in
30
secret.
seconds
EG should be aware.
Oh my
And they
goodness.
are. Salvos
Spike planted.
That was absolutely
pushes
wrecked
Crew
them.
back.
When does the
Allows
smoke
EG to settle
go?
back into more defensive positions.
White face.
Oh my.
Melter does not go down there. The bullet's just drifting past him. We'll see if there's a star available to potentially obfuscate this one from coming through. Quick tap from Adverso. They already know that they need to try and
Oh
force out that
boy.
pull, but it's been called that they're off. So steady hand, holding back that util. Superman is going for a big wraparound play here. Another tap finally to pull.
Tap,
It's being forced
Astra
out of them.
suck, and
But there is no smoke for Melzer.
yeah,
He
they
doesn't have a
kind of
star
got a swing
available.
here because we got a
Rebounding.
late
Bit
delay on
util
this.
here.
At least
Mel's
spotted
now
no
sticking
one
here.
on
We've
it.
got two players
They
holding
go
this
for
over the shoulder
half, they
already.
get
They've got
half.
themselves half. This is Kruger.
Flash.
Massive chance to try and win this one out. Players are going to be falling, but onto the side of EG as well. Need to try and clean this one up. The wraparound on the flank.
Three
Superman
bullets.
finally pays off.
Oof,
And he
last
swings
bullet
around
hit.
that
My
three
goodness,
piece.
this was
Listen,
close though. Yeah,
be
everyone goes
hectic.
down.
Yeah, not the cleanest round in the world
I
for
got
EG,
really
but I think they'll be
close.
happy that they just take
I mean,
the
Icy
victory
just
in the
messed
end.
up. Like here, you
This
take
first
that.
kill, great from Icy. The refight back in,
Yeah, dumb.
not a big fan. And then a couple of missed shots, mostly from Ye, though that might be unfair because we were on his POV more than other people, but you're expecting him to be able to get the cleanup there with the Outlaw, to be honest.
Wasn't even close. Was it? Hey, was not even close.
Yeah, not even close. If you believe that, you'll be looking for the bridge that I've been selling all day today.
I've got it for now, and I'm holding on to it.
Okay, bad weaponry for EG coming into the bonus. They're buying up, stingers, sheriffs,
Yeah,
marshals,
it's not
this kind
great
of
for the
stuff.
bonus.
Just
We'll
to see
see.
if they
Maybe
can
Icy
get
can do
any
something
damage
with the
up to the Crew
Guardian.
economy, but really, this is an opportunity for Crew to get their feet underneath them. And again, Crew, complete control of A main at the start of the round. Get used to this. It's a weird way that we see EG take control of the map on Pearl. Most other teams focus on A main.
That is so
really
hard to
heavily at the
hold
start of
door
a lot of
against.
these defaults.
Like, I
They
guess you
don't
just
go
judge
exploring
close,
too mid in the
but
first 20, 30 seconds, but
still annoying
Potter's
as
got a
hell.
different idea for this
They got to
map.
use the ult to clear this. They go over towards middle.
Kesnet
1,
this one up
2,
here, so he's going to be getting that critical information.
3.
So early on, though. Kesnet is always using
Yeah,
his
has
ultimates
TP to get out of
Okay, does have the gate crash.
way before EG have figured out what they want to do in the round, though. Right? It's another example of
Yeah.
Crew being a bit too quick.
I mean,
Just
Ye
making
has
EG
a
gonna be playing this one
Marshall.
super slowly again.
45 seconds. Also with the rifle, it's going to be feeling a bit braver than that, to be honest, up against.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, quick
I mean,
dash
at least
back
he's
as well, but now
confident.
the pressure mounting out through arc.
Holy, that is the
That
widest
is
swing
a
I think I've ever
crazy
seen.
beacon of swing, and Derek's instantly straight back at you, and it's a 3v3. 30 seconds remaining, EG.
30 seconds left.
You cannot let your options dwindle like this, like we've been seeing for them. You're droning in through mid, a bit of exploration. You've got 20 seconds left now at this point, and a kill to be found and claimed.
Oh, it's
Mazzino wins out
so
that fight.
close.
This one is a bizarre one. Crudo, they still have players. Reinforcements out towards the back here. The Natana's going to be managed to stun in through the back of the side as well on the fight.
Time?
One out here.
Oh
The
my
swing
god, he
around.
killed them
Why does 9
both. They have
seconds
time
left?
for plan.
Yeah,
Oh
he's just laying
boy.
claim. And siege onto the A site. There to the taken. Up to Mazzino now. Up to Mazzino.
How's he winning that? He's solo dueling as
What a
well.
round for EG to
Dude,
pull out
Ye's
with
actually
such
done a
minimal
masterclass.
weaponry.
I don't know how he's done it.
The swings that they're taking. Ye is playing with Melzer in A main, jiggle peeking him and then wide swinging him with a Marshall. And then the double face was ridiculous from Art over towards A. All of
Jesus.
that just setting
Yo, I hit
EG
the
up into
biggest
position.
pop. Icy. I hit the biggest pop and swing of my career right there.
It was absurd.
No, it really was. It was for sure the widest one I've ever
so
seen.
well in that position too. But it also shows that Crew unable to deal with those positions, those players. When Ye was playing around and Nature was wide swinging, Crew couldn't get the kills cleanly enough, and it caused the chaos for EG to thrive.
Slow as you go. Wow, it's at 145. Mazzino does the damage, backs away.
My ult's ready.
All picked up for Icy. That's going to make it much
Yeah, your ult
easier
to
if
make
they
this
choose to
one
commit
nice
into
and
the B
clean,
side,
you
which
would
the players are
imagine.
steadily moving over towards.
3-person
EG
stack,
gearing up.
4 crew though.
Crew though, they've got 3
4
players.
sheriffs, couple of
It's about
armors.
patience for Crew, isn't it? All right, here as the ultimate comes through.
Yeah,
They should be
it's
fairly
nice.
aware.
Peeking out into the line of sight.
Yeah, we've
He's
got
already been
the
dropped here. There's a
clone
wall
to break
painted
the
out.
wall as
Don't have to be
well.
dealt with here, and he's already spotted a few of these players out. Icy finally going to be letting loose in through the back here, but the smoke's propped up. Gives Mazzino a potential entry plan all the way through towards the top. Does he want to try and blindly fire off into this one? Derek's going to be sticking that one. The plan goes down, an extension into the round itself. Crew, what a shot by Mazzino now. Yeah, he was dropped down earlier, prior, just from that damage that he did. Thorns broken. It's EG that are embedded in towards the back of the
Flash
site
if he
here,
wants
and the
to
flood
swing
attack
on
is finally
site.
starting to come through. Crew just trying to barrel over. See if they can find a way to
goodness.
win this one out with just the raw bodies. The guns are not in hand, dropping down. Mazzino again. This is a 1v1 that he's earned himself into. Rifle picked up
Salvos.
already. Salvos have to be used here. Denying him that chance to try and get half onto the defuse, but it's not a good plan for Derek. He's going to have to swing wide out into the open. Sidestep with a movement again.
Nice handles
and
from
wins
Derek.
it.
Good positioning from EG as
4-0
well. Just
EG.
salvos, last pass in the life. It's the easiest round win.
It was danger for sure. Crew,
They are
they're
not
still
shooting.
gonna push you in these kind of rounds,
I
but
do feel like you're right. Crew
opener,
are losing a
the
lot of
closer from Derek.
angels. Like here they hit some nice shots.
EG managed to navigate those choppy waters. Great lead again.
I haven't seen something like this for a while where it is just
It's
it is just
incredibly
they're
impressive
just
that
out
they have
skilling
the
with
lead
angels all the time.
and the confidence coming into a game like this.
Yeah.
Shows you that to be an elite competitor, you need a short memory, to be honest.
Yeah.
You just need to reset and treat every game as if it's winnable, because, my God, EG are out here, and they are playing some great Valorant, honestly. The player that we were looking at to have a big performance is Ye. He's 6-2 on the scoreboard right now. He's handling his situations really nicely. Had a massive round in round 3 to get them over the board. Shy is going to pick up the operator here. And I would imagine with the way that EG have been playing, heavy kind of mid-defaulting for the first 30, 40 seconds of the round, that they're going to be hyper aware of him being posted up in some kind of like A main,
Yep.
B main kind of position.
Now, I will say, one of the questions I kind of asked at the beginning was, why did EG pick Pearl? Why has they selected this as the staging ground? Have they seen something that Crew are doing? And as part of their game,
No, I think they have nice stuff as
the
well.
Salvos are going in common positions for the chamber TP. So Shy is being forced into really uncomfortable spots.
And I mean, this chamber TP
okay, so
back here
Ye has
is
ult.
really deep. Allows
We've got
for
Astra
a
ult
ton of
on
room
defense to
all the way
retake.
through
They're
this
kind of
connector
close, like
before
1
you
kill away
ever
from
reach the
ult.
trip.
Chamber gets
But
the
it
ult
also
path
allows
as
him
the
to
main
keep it up
change
as
at the
he fights
moment.
over towards B, which
And
presumably is
we
what
have
he's
all
done.
of the
All those
really
positions
strong ults for A
passive
here,
as
especially
well.
the
Where he's gonna
tail
put
ult. Pretty
his-
much everyone
his
these
TP.
days
Yeah.
does this with salvos
I don't know if
or
it
some
even
kind of
stretches far enough. He might
variation.
just be forced into-
Oh, through the window. Damn, it's been a while since we've seen a
That's
jet on this
sick.
map.
Was not ready for that.
That is sick. Again, that is like when Pearl
go.
released kind of gameplay.
Yeah,
it's
Game
been so
winds
long.
back the clock. That's a lovely play with the Blade Storm. Seeing something from Paper X going for that kind of stuff. Now Ye bringing it out with EG. That's the creativity that I used to love watching Evil Geniuses.
Shy. He's chosen to abandon the setup essentially at this point. Trip down.
Risky from nature, risky from Superman.
Yeah.
There is a lot of danger in this round still.
Look at the player positions from EG. I mean, they've got all the
Hey,
space. and
look
all
at how
Icy.
much space Icy's taken though.
That deep trip, he's looked all the way up through into mid. Shy's looking to try and catch that contact now. EG might
Yeah,
make
with
their
this
way over
space, he
into a
calls
B
his
split,
team
so
over.
Shy could be a
You
really.
know they have free space here, or they can go
He needs
heavy
to try
over
and push
towards
this one
B
back
and
on
he can wait
35
for a
seconds left,
reaction.
but looks like EG will probably send most players up through lane.
30 seconds
Slow going
left.
though.
I mean, Derek is going to be mightily important here. There's 25
They all
seconds. and they're not
closing.
even ready to
Kesner,
split.
40 HP,
Superman
has
could
to
just
do
go
so
down here.
much.
The wall, Superman. He's just white-facing straight into it. Now listen, Derek's off to the side here
Wow,
with a ricochet
Kesner
into the
did
stun. He doesn't space it in
unbelievable,
time, and
though.
Kesner was up onto that side. The tower needs to be dealt with. There's only
Big
12
Joe.
seconds left. Adverso just toying with him. Trying
No
to buy that
way,
time.
another one.
Nature lands it. It's a worldly of a shot. And it leaves it now down to Burst Melzer pushing through. Desperate times, desperate
Again, the
measures, and it
Jules.
does not work out. 5-0 now for EG. They can
They
do no
can't
wrong.
win. They can't win Angels.
That's exactly the kind of round that I wanted Crew to play, where they are super patient, they hold their ground. I mean, obviously, they lost Mazzino at the very start, so that's a nightmare scenario for them to lose the Vice with all of the info and stopping power. But they have the patience, they get Kesney in the right spot. Kesney gets a 2K. There's barely any time on the clock. Nature has to backpedal, strafe left and right, and finally hits Shaw with 8 seconds left on the clock to be able to get the plant down. So even when they're stretched, even when they're pressed, EG are coming up with the goods.
Okay, recon and take over towards A.
Crew
They
just have full
force
control of
into
A
it,
every single
and
round.
Shy has
Real
ult.
top, every
Okay,
round.
this is the flash
EG
for when
don't
they
care.
push middle.
No.
This is nice. This will get
They are
everywhere.
waiting. They know that it's a bit of an eco for Crew. They know that Shy is going to be looking for a peak with his chamber operator somewhere. So first 20 seconds of the round, we do not touch our keyboards. Just waiting for them to make a play.
Crew themselves quite static. Mazzino, flash in your face, got to respect this one.
Good from them though.
Could be facing that
Force
high low
up the
potentially of
smoke.
some
Last time the
salvos.
wall was here,
All in the
so
same spot here, Brent, from Mazzino.
yeah.
And they're pinging it out. They know that it's here inside the smoke. It's a little bit difficult to bait unless Icy
clone.
goes for the clone.
Yeah, clone goes a long way.
And they've been doing this a lot. where
They've been
drone out
getting
the
door
opposite side
control for free
of mid
every
to the one
single
that they're
round.
actually in.
But honestly,
All
Crew's
couple of
options are like
rotations towards the center map,
relatively
with a different
limited
range.
of how they want to hold it.
He
Again, I do
spotted the
think they got to
trick,
go close with a judge or
Selective,
close
so
with a
it'd be 3-2-1
rifle,
to
but
try and skip and hop all
like
the way
the
over.
only
The
thing
three
that
of them
will
flash.
hold it strong.
Then come to most of them.
4 players ready to defend here
They've
from
got
Crew.
it in through the back of the side. Here's
Vice
a steel guard as well
ult
on top
is
of it. Cloud
insanely
bursts
well timed.
forwards as the approach and the TP in by Icy as well, but really you're just working with shotguns and need those players with the rifles to really step up. Crew finally putting a stop to this. 5-0 at a time, ticking away. Crew are looking to try and get that first round onto the board already. 10 seconds remaining as well. That pressure, it's not being released whatsoever.
Very
Crew.
nicely done. Dude, the Mazzino's Vice ult
Don't
was
let
just
EG relax.
the most perfect timing you could ever get as they kind of
Finally get their
committed to it.
players into the right spot. The trip from Shy, holding the chamber ultimate down B long. He got them so much information to be able to stay confident on A.
Made me proud
players
today.
in the
He
right place
held
at the
Judge
right
with
time
the
with the
door
clock to
and
win
one
the
of the
lane.
rounds. Desp, if you had
It's
judged
so
only on that
antithetical to the way
8-4
Crew
that you
want
were
to
talking
play
about earlier
Valorant,
on
I think,
defense,
to
you
play
would have
these
won.
rounds out super slowly like this and have the patience. But
Don't wanna break
there
it to
you
you,
see an
but-
example of, I feel like, how you have to play against EG. A main control again.
He was too busy being
Yeah,
op
not
only
really
on
challenging it.
Sage.
Nope.
He's doing the
All the way
hardest.
up. Taking up the orb and Shy posted operator.
Yeah, it's this control from Shy that was really a problem in this previous round, because the trip over towards connector and then the sight line down
He saved
here,
400
so
and
the rest
pistol
of
to
crew don't
op.
really have to worry about B.
Well, it does sound like a bit of a
Concerned
skill
about mid,
issue
we have to
then.
be concerned
You
about
were
A,
getting
but
the op
they've
out
got a
early.
ton of A control.
You're a Sage on defense, you're a double sentinel.
Who's next?
Yeah, he's just off to the side here. It's a dimensional drift.
Pulling them in.
Popped off. That's Icy's looking for a bit of information here with a dash back and away to safety. Two players looking to see if they can put a stop to this one, but they're spotted out now by Icy. And what's the game plan here? Towards the back of the side, he's going to be just unleashing it. Steel Garden as well into the players.
Oops.
Space, they can't quite hop over to this one. This is, isn't it?
Wait, but where's he gonna commit to? Okay.
Yeah, it's fading. He has to take the gate crash all the way back here. Thorns.
Didn't
Drop down and lay it down.
wanna let
Crew
him know
onto
he's
Grant.
here.
And they evacuate
Keep
out
an
most
eye
of
on
the side here.
Superman.
Gives
He's
them
going
access
for the
to that
luck of
plan,
the
but that's 100
century.
It's delayed at Verso. No connections. No tags.
Damn, bro, it's close
Shy
to
of the
them.
mark there, and
Oh
Icy
no, and he thinks he cleared it.
cemented.
They didn't clear this.
Oh
Deep
no, he
forward spot,
thinks
they might
he
just think it's
cleared it.
cleared in a moment's notice. Off to the side as well, just slightly there with it. And okay, Shy does land that shot.
Cosmic
Returns
Divide.
it, drops
Astro
him,
all
Cosmic
goes
Divide,
in.
gives that
They
space for
just
Crew
have to
try and
gamble
get
with this.
themselves in, preemptive.
Salvos.
All that Utah's going to have to be used to clear it all the way out. Don't think that's where the intended
I'm not sure
placement
they've
of that
delayed for
flash
long
was.
enough.
Might not matter though, but what is the game plan now for EG? How do
Yeah,
they even stop
neither
this
are
one
they.
with the wall into their face? It's a bit of spam.
Got half.
Oh my, spray and pray, but half already earned into this
Holy,
one. and
bro,
just
they handled it
hopping
pretty
into
well
the
in the
smoke.
end.
It's Derek who lands that final one. 6-1.
Good plant position from EG.
They
Really
did
good
good,
usage of the pull of the
They
salvos
just did nice to just
bait out all of
gamble
that
like
time that Melter had the
water,
Cosmic
water
Divide
for their
active.
own. The
This kill probably shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I agree with
Adverso
that.
sending in his Sova ultimate.
the Silver
doesn't
ult
clear
that
secret
wasn't
properly.
100% on.
Let's go! Yo, I can't lie, I whiffed. I cannot lie, I whiffed that round. I cannot lie.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They
doesn't.
played the game plan properly. They had all of that post-plant utility to buy the time while Mel's ult was active.
Win
and then
one,
they switched
lose
back
the
through
next,
together in the plant position.
1,900
Let's play
loss
from both
bonus.
sides. Here's a fight in the mid.
The
Crew
fight into mid, we're
on
about
the
to see
ego
how good this flash is.
Anticipated again.
Yeah, that slow play finally being rewarded.
Yeah,
at the
we
beginning
didn't
of
really
these
get to
rounds
see it,
by
but
EG's
it did
crew,
hit a vessel and
who
made
feeling
him
like they
leave.
have to make the
And
first move.
this was the hero gun, right?
Risks on the eco to potentially get over.
Where's the hero gun? If you're going to
The
push mid,
hurdle.
why is the hero gun not on my
Second
chamber? Why is it on a
eluding
vice?
And the way that EG default, you kind of
Especially if
take
you're going to push
early
mid
on.
with it.
If crew fight mid, you've got to collapse onto them. And then you kind of know which angles people are going to be posted up on B main and A main. You're luring them into the extremities of the map.
Because the gun is
I mean,
mine.
Shy
Oh,
is so
okay.
deep that his
Sorry, I
trip has
forgot
gone
we were
down
playing ranked as well.
revealing. So it's a multitude of map controllers going to be missing. In fact, Shy didn't even place it down. Stand corrected. Kisnet finally going to be shoring up the gaps and
shot.
potentially landing a shot. There it is. Yay. Gone
at-
down here.
Look at
Gatecrash is
this
going to be
TP.
TP in the air all the way past him here, but Shy
Oh.
really could do some damage again. Not clearing and called out a little bit too late there. Icy. He's removed one of the thorns in their side. Adverso getting a bit of a run and a jog on all the way up towards the top there, just peeking out. Icy. How long do you overstay this one? Because you don't want to be giving away too much more in terms of guns as a
Oh,
sidestep and
no.
a deep fight. Good decision making by EG. It's a plant not quite
Come on, Shy.
for
Give us
bit of
something,
control,
man.
spawn
You're getting
side
wrecked.
maybe, but as long as they've doubled up here and Shy realizes he's got quite a bit of space to clone into the face and peeking right
God,
behind
it's
Nature.
Devastating, isn't it? Look at him go. The double desp.
Some of these spots, they get tough for EG.
He
and then they
loses
make
an
the right decision.
8-4 in
As you
ranked
said,
lead
Icy and
with
Nature
double
pushing forwards
sentinel on
into spawn.
defense. And
It's
then
another
now,
great shot from Kez.
back-to-back
he's finding his value in
7-1s.
this map. A very different feel compared to Lotus.
Enemy remaining.
it's a rough day to be
Melzer and
Dust.
Adverso just couldn't hold on. I can respect what they're going
rougher
for as well,
day
but
to
the
be,
weapons just
Crew
go
at
for
the
like a
moment,
mad
though.
jump peak.
Yeah.
Trying
Does
to throw
that.
into crosshair placement. But they couldn't find an isolated fight. EG playing together. Taking control of that area of the map.
Second timeout.
Really early on. Very early. Who had an EG 2-0?
Chema Yuki, thank you so
Not
much.
many
Thank
people,
you,
I
thank
don't
you.
think.
Tried to.
Did we
Oh,
get a
wait, you
chance to
doing
look
this
at the
whole
prediction
thing
traffic
again?
at the beginning of the
I
day?
don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I
he's
think
not
it's
doing it
one
again.
Like now?
Is
I
he?
know that Dryad
Chema
didn't
Yuki, thank
want
you
it
for
to
the
be
7
shown
gifted. I appreciate
because
that.
she told Potter
Thank
that she
you,
believed
thank
in
you.
EG. Or was rooting at least for EG.
7 tier
she
1s.
went-
Okay, I like it.
Oh, I mean, how could you
Oh,
not
no,
go
there
for
we
Crew
go.
the way that they've been playing recently?
Okay.
I know. They
EG,
look like,
thank you for the 7
Crew look
gifted.
like
Thank you
not
for
a
the
lot
1
for top
gifted as
seed,
well.
But an extremely strong
appreciate you
chance for
doing
top
that.
seed after
Yeah.
they beat
The,
Sentinels.
the gifted death.
Yes, they had a little bit of slip up against 2G. Their form didn't look amazing.
Thank you so
in
much,
that
Chema
game.
Yuki. I appreciate
But
you.
you're expecting them to
Level
rebound and
1
have a great
gifted is
performance out
crazy.
here. has
The money is
Utterly.
mine.
utterly
What? You think I'm going to
you've
reward
had
you for losing your rank game?
underperformances from a
That's
couple of the
crazy.
crew players.
You gotta
I've not
earn
been
that.
a big fan of what I've seen from my Verso and Melzer today, and I know that looks like I'm just picking on them because they're at the bottom of the scoreboard, but they both had some rough moments on Lotus too. But I think EG deserves so much credit for just having a slower tempo and a controlled pace that has
Ye
taken
gets
all
the
of the sting
attack
and the punch
op
out
out.
of crew. And now Ye picks up an attack side operator. You know it's going to be a slow round. You know he's going to want crew to peek into him. So, I mean, sit back, relax, grab a snack for the first 40 seconds of the round because EG, they're not going anywhere.
That's a recall with a smoke. Ooh, okay. And a bit of spam flying forwards.
Imagine yourself in crew's position right now, though. As the tension builds, as the clock ticks down, you're worried that they're like contacting into A main and getting ready to pop.
Yeah, this
You
is the
feel
one
like you
position
need
that doesn't
info at
get
some point.
util dumped.
Flash.
Wow,
Ooh,
that,
just barely
honestly,
had a
it's
dodge over
very
the
hard for
rendezvous.
them to hold door.
You're right, crew.
I
feeling that
genuinely
squeeze,
only
feeling
think
like
a
they
judge
need to
can
make
do
the
this.
plays.
Here.
Dart's gonna
Unless
be
they're
broken.
out here turning the flash
That
as well.
clearance,
But
did they realize that Icy slipped up all the way in through? It's being watched by Shy. Derek, drone forwards, but it doesn't stretch far enough.
I mean, Ye has just spent an entire minute clearing out these angles over towards A main.
okay,
And it looks like they're eventually
B-fake.
going to be going back over
Dude,
towards
this
him.
smoke
All
with
of
the
this pressure
B-fake
on
is
B
really
in
nice
fake.
though, fair play.
The trip hasn't actually been broken at
Okay,
pillar.
drone is
but
about
it's
to
so
clear
deep
everything. 20 seconds
they
to
could
hit. They got to go
essentially be
past
V-splitting by the
wall,
time you
flash,
get to
double
that.
fawns.
All over the line, the wall's going to be triggered.
Well, at least the fawns aren't going to be
down,
here
though.
forever.
More
It
delay,
wasn't-
crew able to
enough
just
is in.
again
It's only 6
provide
seconds
bodies,
now.
a bit of support now. Bring the tower out,
13
get the Iron
seconds to
Golems
plant.
involved at this
How?
moment. Icy!
How?
He's all the way in.
See, won
That's
that.
going to be it. Dart towards the back here, but crew is still going to be shredding them. Bullets and rifles in hand here, sidestepping Melzer. It's playing with him, toying with the fight here, and Derek just can't quite land that shot indeed. He's very much isolated, doesn't really have any support from the rest of his team, but he's able to find a bit of a backup. To get back to Art, play it forwards here. There's a player advantage for crew.
There.
Get themselves deep onto the site. Verso sticking. Defense is not quite there. He's taking the pain with his life. It's ult expended. Armageddon off to the side here, but the timing taken. There's a lot of damage done indeed, but a shorty. Too far in terms of the range as well. Swinging from the side as well. Damage done. Might make a difference. Superman.
Oh my God.
Time.
Oh, he's got it.
Yeah, he's
It's
got it.
there.
Oh,
That's
that
so
is
fine.
close, though. There was 4
Oh,
seconds
my.
left, maybe even less on Derek's salvos. If he'd been able to escape at Art, that round is locked up. But crew
Well, it's
increased
one of
the
those
pressure,
though. They win the
ran him
round, only
down,
one person
and made
surviving.
sure that he was in a spot where he wasn't able to use that post-plant utility safely. Even a round like this, though, gets so winnable. Icy and Ye whiffing a little bit.
Dude, Icy nearly won 2 draws that he shouldn't have won.
You can see that EG have a great understanding of how they want to play post-plant positions. It was only a couple of seconds made the difference. But EG have finally been knocked down onto, I mean, probably their first eco round of the series at this point.
Okay.
Instantly look at
Is this a Potter timeout? This is
Tactical
incredible time for a timeout.
Potter slamming the desk. It is unacceptable that we are only winning 13-4 and 7-2.
No, but honestly, if they do win this,
She'll
they
just
break
have
their
some slight
econ,
adjustments,
and
I would imagine, to
you
what's
gotta
been
just
going
think
on
that
here.
the map's done.
Possibly if you're playing slow, attack side op as well.
So,
Might need to get a bit more.
if
of a
she's
move
got
on, I
something
think,
good
in
for
terms
this,
of
it
deciding.
would be awesome.
Yeah, I think
It's-
it's difficult though, right? Because the slow tempo has been working today, and it's been baiting crew into making these rough plays. What would be going through
Gonna
my
go for the
head
diffuser.
from Potter's
It
seat
kind of
right
messed
now
up the
is,
timing.
I
I
haven't
think
seen us break trip in like 5 rounds. So
the real
somewhere around the
play,
map,
not
there
that I
is a
like to
chamber
criticize
trip
1vx's,
providing
but
value for
real
crew,
play is when he got that
and we're
fast
not
kill to
getting
go
to it.
left
And that
instead
means
of
that
right.
crew are now being able to stack
That
bodies
would
on the
have
sides that we're
probably
ending on.
won it, but
Even when we're going across that vice wall really late into the round and giving them very late round indicators. So a couple of options for that. You might want to try to explore deeper on the default to see if you can find the trip. You might want
You think
to
it's good for
try
coaches
to
to use
speed up
timeouts
the
when it's this far
executes a
ahead?
little more.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that
fine
you're
with it.
getting deep into crew's face
I
before
think
those
this is a
rotations come through.
mistake though.
Or you just might want to try to pick up an ult or
Two-
have
wait,
Icy
what's the
run into
actual
one
money?
with
Two,
dimensional
four,
drift and bucky
three,
3 people to death.
3,
Yeah,
1.
That's always an option. One away from the ult himself.
9.
It's all up towards B.
Yeah, they've got a smoke here for Icy to pick up orb.
Sure.
Does he get
Work their way
punished?
up. They got a little bit
I
of
would have
high
been
low going
tempted
on
to
as well.
force this. They would have been
Got it.
bulldog drop.
With the
Would
smoke,
have been
straight
missing
shots,
one
isn't it?
gun.
The Bucky POV.
Oh, here it is.
Would have been so tempted to just fully go for this, really.
I thought that EG might choose to send it, but
I think they still will. This is going to be a B re-hit at some point here, I would imagine. Icy maybe looking like he wants to go through double doors to get as much information as possible. But I mean, you take a look at the positioning of Superman and.
To be fair, Euro has ult. Yeah, exactly. They could add 4 guns with the Euro
This
ult.
one is definitely ending B still.
Have a Baki.
That recon dart is good from my
I guess it's still kind of
It's gonna
okay.
keep 3 bodies on
Let's
the
see
side.
what they got. We do have the TP over towards
Okay,
B.
the ult is gonna be
This
used
is
to
the
try and
old
clear the way
school
through.
Yeah, but the gate crash is coming back to B.
Yeah,
G2
that presence again, but yeah, you haven't really
game
removed
changer
any
this team.
performance prior.
G2 goes them.
38 seconds left, constantly divided. Even being committed here, there's a flash into the face as well. No connection.
Yeah,
And
it's
even a
rough.
return. That's it. Swinging in through the back. This is all crew now.
30
In
seconds.
control. One's not broken in time here, but might not be too much of a problem to pull. It's being denied. EG, hold on, Nature. He's finding some ground here, but no coverage in for the
Dude,
back there.
Nature, how are you doing
Nature's
this?
already found himself the 3-piece, but left into that 1v2. He'd have to ace to finish this one off. Kesnith round to the side just with the shoulder, and he's found
Nature,
that
oh
first
my
kill.
God.
Okay, still Garden. It's available. 8 seconds left and remaining. Plant down, but you're sticking your body out just a little bit too wide there. Does Melza know? He's going to know now. Up towards
Holy
heaven.
hell,
This
2
is
bullets.
it. An ace potentially to seal this one up. And playing time, backs out wide. He just wants to fight. He wants to end this round here. And now
No
he smokes it
way.
out entirely.
No way.
That's a ridiculously
He's
good
just
round
won
from
the
Nature.
game.
How is he finding
He's
these
just cemented the
moments?
game. It's done. It's so done. Ow,
He
bro.
was the one that saved them
The
in a very
2v5.
similar situation on B a few rounds prior. 4 rounds earlier, something like that. He pulls out a kill with 8 seconds left on the clock. Somehow
Oh my
gets it
goodness.
from the depths
He's got a Midas
and
touch.
recovers it. He does today. But also, everybody does today on EG. It's not just one person. You think about this team this year, last year. Ever since they went on that
Oh,
ridiculous
dear,
run towards
dude.
champions,
Full
this
eco.
new version of the team
Dude, it felt
has
so,
not been able
the
to
whole
get
thing though
all
felt kind of
pistons
weird.
firing at the
I know
same
he
time.
like they're 2v5ing,
And today they
and
have
like it's sick from
high
Nature,
power ace
but
from Nature.
still felt like a really odd timeout to come up with a plan, not full invest but use the double
Kesnith.
ults.
Again,
I still feel like it was on
from crew
timeout.
all onto the weaker weaponry. The exception of Mazzino.
Like the idea was on.
Facing this with a lot of
Like
the
I think that
players
whole
now,
plan
EG
made
not gonna be
sense,
rushing
but
into
I think you
anything.
just
We
gotta
notice at
buy
this
if you're
point.
gonna do that.
2 more rounds left into the half. Game plan doesn't really need to be adjusted.
It's pretty similar to the pistol round where crew have got a trap play set up over here, and it does feel like EG are hyper aware. And again,
I'm going for something here. Yet to be met with a multitude of players as
This
Mazzino does
guy's
clean up.
farming, man.
acceleration has got to be the name of the game here for Ye. Got to take the
Oh,
space.
boy.
He's out, so he's missed it in terms of that timing, and the Steel Garden would have mopped him up regardless. Mazzino is doing a lot in this spot. Squaring up to take that fight. Superman and Derek, they've won there
They
once.
can't
and
win
what are we wrapping
Angels.
around? This is shy.
30 seconds left.
I can't. I can't.
One thing that
I
Shy
can't
has got
explain
going
it
for him
more
is
than
that
they just lose every
EG
single
don't know where
angel.
he is, lurking round to these corners. Tour de force.
But we can see from the minimap he's not going to get a free
Oh,
kill
man.
here. And he's up against a pull, salvos. It's a nightmare. It's the worst 2 players to try to clutch against.
Genuinely is. Shy.
That's a good spot.
Uncomfortable. Has to tap. Needs to get at least 1 layer of this down and out. Doesn't clear it all the way. A few bullets sprayed and fired away. Here's the salvo, second wave of things. Shy's trying to play this one as best as he possibly can, and he's already removed and eliminated at least one of the elements. That's a stun and time ticking away from him. The stall is just too much. Circle already shrinking. This is a round 1 out by
Very
Superman.
nice from EG.
Oh,
Played
he's
it
gonna be
perfect.
taken out as well.
I
Can't
mean,
even save the
again,
vandal.
2v3.
Betrayed by his own
Just
chamber slow on
Winning
the
both
floor.
of the duels somehow
Are
over
we
towards Saint.
really going to see 10-2 halves
It's
dominantly from EG on the attack side?
crazy.
It really is.
Genuinely. And I was saying, listen, the last 2 days, Josh, we've been going into these casts and been saying, okay, all of these Americas games, they feel like they're one-sided on paper. There's going to be one of them where the upset occurs. There's
Yep.
always one.
There's always
maybe
one.
2. And I didn't say it at the start of this game. Maybe I should have.
Because I think on paper this looked like the most one-sided game of the week.
Yeah.
And actually, in reality, it was the most one-sided
I mean,
game
yeah,
of
it
the week.
was. He's not wrong.
At least if EG are able to
It
close
delivered.
out.
I mean, come on, the
Much of a good
Furia
forwards
game was
is
always
Kesnith.
going to be the one
Spots it.
most one-sided, but
1 player at least.
kind of
Again, it's
wasn't
an
because
early
they
dimensional drift if you
let
look
us
at the
send
information
through.
of how slow the EG are playing,
Yeah.
but
So early.
It's slapdash from crew.
Not a sense,
But
sorry,
Struck Shy.
Lotus.
Yeah, it's pushed Shy up onto an extremely aggressive position. So he's hoping to catch Superman as he goes for that re-exploration. They know that the people on the extremities are just contacting through. That's kind of the way that Derek and Ye have been playing this, you know? No salvos being used here, no drone being used here. Just peeking around the angles, slicing the pie up, trying to get to the point where you're meeting the vice wall. This time, did they bait it just then in art?
Yeah, they did. Jump spot.
Yeah, so now Nazino without that wall to be able to rely on.
More moves being made by EG just to clear up the remnants of this util.
Okay, but this round, Shy's positioning
Back to
is
the
gonna be
chamber.
this is such
I mean, he's
a
at
weird
least
spot.
No, you don't
the least good
You're
for
not
one.
droning this out.
35 seconds left.
If he loses
Yeah,
the same
over towards
Joe,
the spike
I'm
is
gonna
not
lose
be
my
dropped down.
goddamn
Droning
mind.
this out. Droning.
Oh god!
Spotted!
It's
What level of
mental.
awareness is that from Superman?
It's crazy that he's droning in from that far back though, but it makes
Snipped out
sense.
Shy
It's
spot as
just
well, and that
insane,
really
isn't
could have
it?
just been it. Spike dropped down into the middle of nowhere if he managed to claim that two-piece. Crew still really trying to pile onto the bodies because there's only 13 seconds remaining for this one, and a Hunter's Fury could be exactly what they ordered, what they need to try and deny this one as that tag Derek is forced.
someone pick
Wide
it up.
out to the side, 6 seconds left, there needs to be that reclamation.
Just in time,
There it
Nature, you
is.
gotta hit that shot
He's
again.
gone to the side of the
So he
fence.
switched
In
over and looked
order.
at Ye. He thought Ye was on the other
VIP
team.
protected.
He
That's a
still
spike
looks at
planted
Ye,
EG.
comes back and
Not
gets
in the
another
mood to be
kill.
dropping rounds, even when the time and situation gets dire.
It's impossible for them to lose, dude.
Completely
They can't
in
lose.
control. Playing the clock masterfully. With the pace that they've been playing at,
They win 2
torturously
rounds
slow.
where there's
Crew
like
felt like they're on
where there's like
stretching rack
6
all
seconds for
day.
them to plant over towards
Phones
B.
being ripped out of sockets, but when the time gets low like this, so many teams trip over themselves. EG still able to pluck
Wild,
every
what's
piece of
going on?
danger out. Shy's position, drone, the planter defended.
Yeah, it's giving Zeta Division a Reykjavik, to be honest, with this level of play. It's absurd stuff. And listen, we're going to be going to the next half momentarily. Stick around.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Oof, man, this is so one-sided. True? Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen him like this for a while. Everyone's just like really off though. And everyone's insanely on for EG. Your pick'ems this week are in shambles in all regions. Dude, I think this is like the best I've done this week. But I swear TMV did a video of just like, this is the easiest week in pick'ems. I swear he's under 50% this week. I think it's his fault. I think he got like every EMEA game wrong apart from like one. I think it was his fault. We gotta start looking over there for blame, surely. This match should have been crew. I mean, look at it. We can't say that with any
And two,
confidence. Though.
again, we've seen
I
this
agree
one
with you. I
before.
went for it as well.
Not too long ago, in fact. And EG leading heavily. It's an absurd circumstance that we've found ourselves in, really, just watching this game take place.
Yeah.
We keep saying it, Josh, but really, you gotta iterate it. Gotta hammer it home.
No, they couldn't have found a better time to come online. EG's
Night
win
on
earlier
America's
in stage
Flat
1
Chat
against
tomorrow?
2G
Yeah.
was,
I'm on the whole
you know,
thing, I think. I think
a
I'm
solid
doing every
victory,
region.
A good win to put in the column, but it didn't turn any heads.
I wonder if
And
we'll be
think
covering
EG's
it.
play
Well,
all
or at
year
least cover this
hasn't
one a
really
little
turned
bit.
any heads. They've been living off kind of the legacy of what they've done in 2023. But this
Great
is a
White
massive,
Shorks with the Prime.
just
Thank you with the
scalp
5
take,
months, mate.
because obviously
Appreciate the
winning
Prime
against
usage.
Crew is enormous.
It is
But the way in which they've done
2-1
it
for
today
pistols.
is electric.
That's a clean
And
sweep, almost.
Assuming
I
that
have
they close
no,
out here, it would be
I have no
disaster
faith in
if they
Crew
let
doing
kind
this.
of lead slip.
They literally have a defense-sided comp and they
I
got
was
2
selling
rounds.
some kind of Crew come back on Lotus, and it dissipated.
Like, I don't know what to
immediately.
say.
Yeah, we'll see. All players grouped up here. Now Derek is alone off to the site. We'll see what kind of support is going to be available for him with the drone. That's a spot onto 2 of the players. Get crashed back to safety. Guess they're going to be avoiding that. Very cautious here by Crew. One's not being broken in time there, but a util still expended and a reclear. Caught for EG. They want to get active. That's a flash that does connect. He'll land his kill. He got to lay claim to it. Adverso finally
Dude,
dropped
who
into
was
the
that
hole,
that
but
ate
here
the
is
flash? That was
follow-up Crew.
incredible.
But quick to respond in kind. Yeah,
God, he not swing.
from the side, Melzer. He's right there. Ghost into his
I thought he was
face.
going to get all on the side of the Mel's
45 health left for
not
Shy, and they're making
swinging.
rapid moves once more. Crew trying to dominate, take control towards the back of the site here, and they've just missed Nature.
Yeah, what a timing.
Slipped his way in through sewers as well, so he's going to be safe for the time. Big Melzer! Astral 4! That's just unfortunate. Can't call it much else.
Clear
EG
all
now
of
gonna
this.
be wondering,
Superman
where
doesn't
on
have
earth
the
are these
smoke.
players?
Yeah.
Dude,
Didn't
actually
realise.
needs to be
Got a weird
careful because the Fawns would take him down.
Still, slipped the net towards it. It's planning for backside, so that's going to steadily, surely
Yeah, that was a low
realise it.
HP
That
though.
is a hell of a peak and a hell of a pick to find into the 1v1 here. Superman has got to do it all against Mazzino, and Mazzino, hopes and dreams laying down onto this one as damage done. Surely the advantage lays in Mazzino's hands. He eventually gets it done.
Though. Dude, somehow
Right-click, the superior
somehow it's
tool for
2-2
the
on
job in that
pistols, even
situation.
with the
But it's not a
scoreline.
clean pistol round like we saw from Lotus.
Opposite a clean man.
Very similar story though, isn't it? Entirely similar. A 10-2 half, Crew come out with the pistol round. I reminded you of what happened in our previous episode. That was EG coming out and then doing so much chip damage over the course of this eco that they ended up coming away with a victory and going up 11-3.
I mean, I respect them believing.
So keep your eyes peeled. If the scriptwriter's got a different idea. Yay with a Marshall.
Okay.
Could be a bit of danger. Recall smoke into the recon dart.
Crew making a bit of noise here with the dart as well to clear up close. They're trying to obfuscate that they're not doing this, but EG is still stacking with bodies. In fact, Derek's making moves all the way back over
Yeah,
on
there's
top
about
of it.
to be
It's gonna
5
the
people
drone.
there.
I think he's just missed that timing. Icy, he slipped into this one. Into the smoke, he can't move a muscle though. If he does, he's going to give away the job here, and he's just pushing all the way forward.
What's the
That's
HP
a
on
risky
that?
play to make
41?
damage done to Kesney, but he's still alive. And that's the important factor.
Mazzino's taking a bunch of space on the other side of the map. He's the player that only had a
Yeah,
go,
they're
so
gonna be
he's
fine
allowed
for
to
this
go.
one. They can't. They literally
walk
can't get
around.
eco'd now. I'm
It's
looking
not
at the
too
mini
much
map.
of a problem if he ends up
Should
getting taken
be-
out, but he's doing a great job.
I would give him
All of this space.
5%
He's gonna hear
right
a couple of
here
rotations
to win the
spawn as
eco.
well.
Carrying away. One of the one.
4%.
Knows that yeah, he's going to be there on top of it. And
Okay, back to 5.
Superman from behind. Okay, they are able to at least clean out that one particular
They're all
area,
good.
but they know it's going to be landing over towards A. Crew. Got the guns. Got the bodies too. Yay. Looks in your face, going for a quick little peek here with the damage done.
30 seconds
Does he
left.
dare blindly fire?
He
Does
was
he dare
close to
blindly
it.
take the
Oh,
shot?
God.
Classic!
Oh,
It's
no.
doing work somehow. Still
Okay,
a
it's all
Versa
good,
will go
right?
down. Kesney will go down.
So
But there's a
good.
clean
Not
up.
even worried
Melzer
about
just
that.
in time.
Melzer was
only
required
lost
there,
one
the
gun.
only player with over 100 health.
Yeah.
Yay with a Marshall. Could have gone dumb crazy in that spot. All right, 10-4 though. This time, Crew actually managed to convert the pistol. And so they've got more of a chance of building up some level of momentum on their attack side. You can see the pace completely changes once Crew are on attack. Way faster, way more mid-round pivots from one side to the other, ping-ponging around the place. And a decent-ish buy, actually, for the bonus. 2 Guardians, 2 Vandals, plenty of opportunity.
Ton of danger.
Did a little bit of damage.
Crew could make a bit of a statement here. They'd love to be honest, to get
The bonus is
the
good.
mind back into the
Shock
series.
Inferior would break Fawns,
All
but
the way
as we can
forwards
see,
now.
not here.
My wall's going to be broken.
Oh, that's nice though.
It's triggered there by
A
the
big
clone.
win for Crew.
Did he anticipate this?
Oh,
Icy
no, it's the
tucked
close
up in
wall.
terms of his position as a gate crash forwards. It's a flash to Ryan. Repeat this one
Oh,
forwards.
and he
Gate
got
crash
out of there.
to safety.
And they can take so much
Gets
space.
this one. Gets out. Dimensional drift as well, but Nature's in through the back as well. And they're looking for a refight play. It's a flash through and around to clone into your face as well. A little bit mistimed there, but still, EG has control of it. And
Yeah,
Thorn's
we
gonna be
always talk
broken.
about the close
Spike is
wall.
planted in the midst of all of this
Has
one
like a
here.
10%
Crew
success rate.
can vacate.
It's not good.
Back to long, back to the safety where they can try and play for the
Let's
long-range
see.
battle with their guns
That's a
and the
good
utility
start.
in hand. A bit of spam goes a long way.
Gonna be a
in a
weird
spot like this
spam
level.
round.
V4.
Especially as Ye falls off
He was
here,
up
it's
and over towards the
devastating.
top here, just trying to body block and dodge this
I'm
one,
not
but the
sure you can do
spam
that
as
with
well.
this
Yeah, he's
plant.
going to be dropped there in through the smoke. That's Derek. Good adjustment. Quick up with it. Still smokes to try and drop this one, and players still finding their marks and the targets
Sticking.
themselves. Superman! Superman!
Oh.
Superman!
Oh.
Sticks it all the
Oh,
way!
add it to the 10% win rate.
Inside the smoke.
This gives them
Nothing
so
that Crew
much
could
space.
do.
It's so hard to win, even with the good
No
plant.
Deho in that composition, no
Shout out to
salvos.
Superman though, right? If you actually just
And
looked at
even
where he
with the
defused
Cosmic
from, it
Divide
was
to
like
set up
right
for a
on the
really
edge.
nice plant position.
So they were
A
spamming close to
corner
the
that can
box.
be
and
accessed
just
from so
to
far
the
away.
left of this.
All the bullets just whiz past.
Yeah. It's the danger trying to play those angles.
And the post-plant just looked so much better from EG with their version of the composition. It was always a nightmare to get past Derek and Superman. They could delay for so long.
Who's next?
Okay, all
Yes,
goes
forward now.
in.
Got the
Full
ult in hand as
force
well,
for
looking to
crew.
see if he can clear out most of this space.
I mean, they are just sending
Clear
it
the
big.
wall
last
in
3
reaction
rounds
to
in a row
losing
have
B.
been
Into the drone close all the mid and
running
art.
fast into the B side.
And we're
Over
going to
and
look
over
over
again,
towards
Kesney
EG. We see they got Astra ult,
Getting
so
brave with these
everyone,
peaks, maybe feeling like he
the
has to do a
crew
little
needs
bit
to play
more.
on site, and we have a super late luck.
Not going to give him much in the form of
Vice
confidence, but
as
a steel
well.
guard
Doesn't
at
really
least is
do
going to be
too
delaying.
much
And crew
considering their position.
actually going for a little fight in the play, moving up into
sorry.
lane. Still, they get their clearance. Ice is going to be removed from
I like
that
this
spot
from
here, just making
crew
sure that
though.
they dominate
Getting
the counter back
proactive
into the
against
hands of these
the
players.
Astro.
Yay, looking to do work with it all the way forwards and
Oh,
out, up and over
that
with
means
this
a little bit
Astro around,
unlucky
but
there.
Superman,
He got
here
3.
he is.
He
Just
got
absolutely
3 there.
dominating. Cosmic Divide in your face. Derek can stick this one, and as long as there's that
Damn,
cover,
bro,
it's
we got
Superman
4.
just doesn't intend to miss today, apparently. Glasses off, get the cape out, go flying.
He's on fire. 20 kills again
he's going
in this
mental.
map after playing
He's got-
16 rounds. Where is the second kill in that? Gets a wallbang kill, allegedly, onto Shy.
Oh my god, he just cooked them.
I mean, they're just not in the habit of losing right now.
No, but he's also caught a perfect timing. In the midst of all of the Chaos crew turning around to deal with Ye, and Superman
Okay, we're back here.
delivered a 2K on a platter.
8 chances.
This could be a 13-4, 13-4, one of the most dominant series that I can remember in Americas recently.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
an
up there.
enormous upset.
Insanity for EG.
Oh, they go for the push.
Now they want to take the fight
Ooh,
straight to
flashed
them. This is
in,
playing
hit
into Crew's
Kesnet.
hand ever so slightly.
Wanted to finish
I see
earlier.
and Superman immediately dropped. But lurks occurring from Mazzino. He's going to be hearing it, the footsteps.
Odie
Through spawn into
890,
the
thank you
corner
so much
south
for
of
the
their
tier
team.
1, bro. Appreciate the 13 months.
Change up from Crew as well. They went for an A-leaning default. Pick up, yeah, you're going for that exploration through water. I mean, Nature cannot go for that.
No. Gonna give it away, won't he?
He's stuck. I think the dreams of the 13-4 might just be over here.
How does Crew lose this?
EG
Mate,
look to try
they're
to
getting
change
outdueled.
something up there with a
They can't aim today.
Derek. Hold up, that's a two-piece instant there. Nature, wrapping from behind.
Why
Hold
does
on,
every
it's a 1v2.
2v5
There's no
look
shot.
insanely
There's no
doable?
chance. EG, Nature, he's been on fire all day. The Midas touch is what he's had. Timing's off the dart. He needs to isolate these
Yeah,
fights
very,
with a double
very
face. Is there, so Crew
It's close, man. It's close,
not willing
close,
to lose
close.
that easily.
And they get their 5th round, which is not something that we've been able to say so far today whatsoever. They knock EG down
it
onto an eco as
gifted?
well, but there are still 7 more chances.
Anon.
EG to close
Anonymous
this out
gifter.
in a
Thank you so much for
clean
doing that. I
2-0.
appreciate you. Thank you so much, whoever you are.
And the players are still firing.
Thank you,
They are
Anon.
still shooting. It's not like the form of EG has tailed off throughout this series. If anything, the confidence has just grown.
Krun with the
Wild,
prime
but
as well.
they
Thank you
also
so much
haven't
also,
really
bro. I
needed
appreciate
Ye
that.
to come online.
Okay, as long as they don't use their
got a Blade
ults on
Storm
the
in this
eco,
round.
that's so fine.
Would be a fun
They
little
do
way
like to do
close
it.
the series
I
out.
mean, I'm seeing Icy with an ult, Derek with an ult. If EG start getting some picks, why not? Let loose.
And if Mazzino goes to try to break this Vice setup,
Narrow miss.
gives Ye an opportunity, but Ye not quite sharp with it.
Derek potentially feeling that heat now, has to drop down with a stun. Causing the Crew players to scatter. They're not really in the habit of wanting to lean in, go into these hits where potentially the eco stack could be.
But Crew have been ending in roughly the same spots that they've been making noise. So EG just going to gamble, hope that it ends A.
Catching that one. Do they clear Nature off into the corner here with the salvos? That's meant to try and supplement, potentially push a player into Nature, but he's not going to be denied onto this corner here. The question is, does he get cleared in time? Surely he does. It's a common enough position, and yeah.
I was kind of
Roses
believing for a
right
little bit
onto
there
it.
with the
Shy
stinger.
onto the corner, and
Ooh, he's missed the timing onto Mazzino here.
yeah. Might not make a huge difference, though, with Kesnet and his Crew steadily making progress over towards the A site. This angle is a bit devious, though, onto Icy's. Off to the side already. Overstays his welcome, though. Just gets the one. Derek in through the back on top of it. I'm going to see it. Fights to be taken. Rifles into their hands, finally. Cleaning up the last straggler that is EG.
Give me it. Let's see the rounds. Good news for Crews. They got a lot of ults, but should be
EG
now.
with rifles back online. Last time we saw them with a rifle round, they decided to take the fight to Crew. Just looking for a mix-up. Not something, though, that's been working for EG today.
Yep.
Instead, it's been reacting to the noise around the map and just trying to flood in. That was how they got. I mean, they didn't even really need too many defensive rounds on Lotus, and they don't need many defense rounds here either.
Okay, well, I feel like they might go all in terms of the ults here.
Yeah, he picks up an operator. Might take contact against Kesnet here.
Potentially on the pixel angle. What a shot!
Oh, that's outrageous.
Oh my! Okay, Kesnet. And here's an ult earned up. The back of that one and the orb on top of it.
Wait, 4v5, Tail goes in. Hold up.
You can see it, blue outline tickling around to the side here, and he's hoping to get some help here, but how does Shy go down to it? It's Salvos just being set up. Got to see replay that one at some point, potentially here, but a TP deep in through the back, just try and get the hell out of there with a Hunter's Fury. Icy is dropping a Mazzino all the way through here, just raw spam.
What is this?
And firepower.
What is this? Derek survives on 30.
Into this site, but tucked to the side is Superman once more. These bait and switch setups, 2 players spotted.
Two, didn't see the third.
Down.
But they kind of know the third's deck because the clone just came out.
Here it is, Superman.
Big double swing. Oh, no one committed. Big win for Crew. EG invested Tail into this.
What a round from Kesnet. The pre-fire to open onto Ye, shuts down the operator. And then, as they continue to try to brute force their way through the choke point, he gets 2 to close things out. Not around where Shy should have been dying into the Tejo utility, I don't think. There's still a large spot of safety that the rest of his team is playing inside of. But all right, things get scrappy, things get chaotic. Crew stay alive.
Yeah.
5 chances now. And EG...
And they're going to go down to an eco.
So it feels like they have a lot of opportunities to close this game out, but the actual amount of rifle rounds they're going to have, if they keep losing, what, 3 more? Maybe less.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, Icy's gone for the same playbook once more.
This time it works, though. And he didn't even have
he
to
tried,
the
he tried it on
so
the
Icy
eco.
now has a dimensional drift where he could try to do the same
he
thing.
upgraded the shorty.
That's so cheeky.
To a Bucky. Because honestly, the Bucky would have got him a kill on the eco as well.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Out of it, but what a round to pull it out.
Oh, chill.
Considering the ult here, but honestly, some presence.
If he goes for the ult, now could be the perfect timing because he just sent the gate crash over towards A as well. Mazzino, he's walking in.
Oh,
Surely
he's
get
oh no.
The shot's gone wide, but not the second one. That's Ye.
What?
Finds it. Pops ahead of Mazzino.
Misses the easy one, hits the hard one.
Most of the site just realizing, actually, hold on, it was just Mazzino into the fight, and that's a rifle picked up.
He's just showing off. The thing with Ye is he always wants an equal fight, so he gave him like a warning shot, and then he was like, right, now you know I'm here.
We weren't expecting
Watch this. He never, I heard him, he said he never takes duels that aren't
we
fair.
have it. Making moves now. Crew, Cosmic Divide to give them just a bit of safety, but the Salvo's going to be pushing the back anyway here. Verso needs to find a bit of a spot to try and plant into and stick this one all the way through. There's that extension forward.
Don't go right side,
Time has been bought, but in a 3v5 Steel Garden, overlapped. The win cons are just dwindling right now for Crew. Small pocket to play in potentially here. Facing the challenge. Derek gets 2 with a bloody Bucky.
Derek's got 2 with 1 shot.
It's a 13-7 finish.
How did he do that?
Here. And a 2-0 dismissal of Crew.
Oh my god, the Bucky got 3 kills.
Their spot in the playoffs.
That was incredible.
They came in today
Dude, that was fun.
goal
It was a
to
fun
make it
game.
into
I was
the
not
Stage
expecting
1
this.
playoffs. And my god, they were explosive.